Bass Pro Shops Pro Qualifier PQX 10 SLG. 4 of these puppies. If I like a reel, I will have a pair. To have 4 of this reel, it means that I really think that this is an exceptional value. I have about I don't know exactly, but maybe 50 reels, and this is the only reel that I have 4 of. Hopefully after this review you will agree with me that this reel is a great value. Here are the features advertised on the box. I'm not gonna read all of them because I'll go through them one by one in the review itself, but it's like a rather cheap box with nothing other than the manual inside, which is okay for a reel of this price. So first I'm gonna go over the pros, then I'm gonna go over the cons, although I'm not aware of any real cons on this reel, but let's say the things that could have been even better, and then I'll open it and show you the gears and the drag. Now, without a doubt, the best feature of this reel is the one-piece aluminum frame. Even the reel seat is a part of the frame. It's not attached with bolts to the frame here. This side plate is plastic. This one is metal. But that's totally okay. This one doesn't support anything anyway. So with this aluminum frame, the reel creates this feeling of expensive reel that everybody reports in their reviews. If you go to read reviews of this reel on Bass Pro, everybody says, man, it feels expensive. It feels as expensive as my $200 and $300 reels. I have the little brother of this reel, which has very similar design. If you open it inside, even the bearings on the 2 reels fit. And by the way, if you're interested in this reel, the Bass Pro Tourney Special, I have not 1, not 2, but 3 reviews on it, so go check those out. I replaced the bearings with hybrid ceramic bearings, the drag washers with carbon, and I did some fun tests with it. But my only issue with this reel was the plastic frame, which made the reel have a little bit of give when you load it up. When you hook a decent fish or when you just snag, it has a little bit of give. This reel, no give, no free play, whether you snag or you hook a big fish. And it just so happens that my personal best, I don't use this reel for big fish. I use it for drum fishing or channel cats when I fish with worms on the bottom. But that one time I was on a lake and I put a little piece of shad and I dropped it under the boat, and a 33-pound blue catfish ate it, and after about a 10-minute fight I pulled it out on this very reel. It is my lucky reel, and that's my personal best until today. So even under load, this reel feels so solid. It's not that powerful. The gearbox is not that big, but with terms of just solid, nothing moving under load, it is really, really good. So yeah, that's my favorite feature, and the reason this reel has such great value. The next cool feature is, in my opinion, the clutch. Check this out. Very cool sound, very cool feel, just the right amount of travel. I don't fish for bass, but if you did and you had to cast this all day, I promise you, you will enjoy depressing this clutch and then engaging it. It just feels super nice. And then look at the thumb bar. soft touch thumb bar, rubberized thumb bar. I mean, that is a cool touch they did there on a reel of this price range. I think the thumb bar and the frame are equivalent to those of 200, maybe even more expensive reels. So yeah, very cool clutch. Next thing I like is the brakes. The DBS states for dual brake system, and the reel has magnetic as well as centrifugal brakes. And a lot of reels have that. Even this $30 Tourney Special has dual brake system, believe it or not. But look at how we access the brakes here. No screw to unscrew anywhere. There is just a spring-loaded pin. You can just pull it and twist the cap up. And so easy. Look at the side plate. Like I told you, it's plastic, but look how thick it is. This thing will not flex or bend. 5 magnets for the magnetic brake. 6 pins for the centrifugal brake. I mean, simple stuff, but well executed, you know. Click, and you're back in business. What else? The star drag clicks. That's nice. It has a pretty long range of adjustment. Not as long as, you know, the bigger bait casters. You know, this drag you can adjust with 3 full revolutions. This guy maybe has 1.5 revolutions of adjustment, but still more than enough. So yeah, nice star drag here. The line guide, Bass Pro says, is titanium coated to reduce the friction when the line is shooting through here. And that's pretty much it with the things that I strongly like about the reel. And the rest of the parts are just average for this kind of price range. I'm gonna kind of group them in the second bucket, but it's not really cons, but let's just call it things that we can improve. So what can we improve? If you look at these two reels, okay, and these two, the difference is the handles. I do not like small handles, but that's just me, and that's because I use the reels for bottom fishing, and I like just a bigger handle. Gives me more cranking power and at the same time slows down the retrieve. So this handle, while very comfortable, look, they know the thumb doesn't go like this, the thumb goes like this. So look how what kind of hole they made here. When you hold like this, it just fits your thumb perfectly. But to me it was too small, so for $10 I got the oversized handle. And yeah, I like the oversized handles better. I would rather have these handles stuck, but there is nothing wrong with this handle. As a matter of fact, if you use it as a bass reel, you would probably prefer the shorter handle. So that's why I'm saying this is not really a con, but things that I would improve slightly. Another thing that I would improve is the spool tension knob. It doesn't click, which is okay for a reel of that price range, but I wish it was a little bit tighter, you know, just to make me feel confident that, you know, if I cast all day, it's not gonna fall out eventually. So on my reels, I have these thread lockers over there. I just drop a couple of thread lock on the threads. I set it to what I need, and I never touch it again as long as I use the reel. So again, not a real con, but I wish they made this knob a little bit tighter. Okay, now let's take one of these apart so I can show you the gears and the drag washers. here all the screws you're gonna have to remove if you want to replace the drag washers on this reel. 1, 2 on this side, on the other side 3, there's one guy inside here, 4. Now this reel still has the stock oil grease on it, so I'm not gonna touch this. So this is what the gears look like. They're just your normal brass gears. They feel really smooth, but they're nothing special and they are not that big. So the gears are okay, let's say average with all other reels in this price range. Let me show you, however, the drag. These are the drag washers on the reel. I don't know what material this is, paper or plastic. The drag feels very nice. This is not felt. It feels very nice on this reel, but it is not carbon. So you have 3 of these white plastic discs and you have 3 metal washers. This is what I'm going to be putting in instead. Carbontex drag washers from smoothdrag. Let me show you what they look like versus what they're going to be replacement. So these 2 reels are now done. They have these carbon washers inside. Now look at this texture. Now try to hear the texture. I know it sounds stupid, but see if you can hear the texture. You hear this noise? This sound, you know, I've done this replacement at least 15 times now. This sound is just unmistakable, the sound of carbon washers. You can get a brand new reel and just don't know what's inside. Just do this test and you can say, oh no, this is paper inside. This guy, yeah, this is carbon inside. So anyway, now they finally have good drags. Not that the old drags were bad, but these are definitely better. Okay, let's talk price now. Maybe a little bit too late at the end of the video, but the reason I have 4 of these reels is the great sales that Bass Pro always runs on these. So they MSRP for $99 and they are still good value at $100. But these are on sale all the time for $69. Okay, I bought my first 2 for $69, and then on top of that, you know, Bass Pro has these additional coupons that you can get on top of the sale price, so you can even get them closer to $50. Okay, the other 2 reels I got for $50 each. Okay, so because of these deals, I have 4 of these reels. But let's talk about the normal sale price of $70 for these, okay? What else can you buy with 7 bearings, dual brake system, soft touch thumb bar, and thick 1-piece aluminum frame for $70? You tell me, okay? Of which brand? You know, I have a lot of Shimanos and Daiwas and Abus. I don't know anything that comes close to this reel, the way it feels in your hand, under $200. Okay, the Shimanos, yeah, they're very nice, but what decent Shimano is less than $200? Okay, this reel you can get for $70, And I guarantee you, the moment you touch it and spin it, you're gonna say, as everybody else does, man, this reel feels expensive because everything else is so tight. That's the other thing. The reel makes no noise from the gears undervolt or from the bearings while casting. It's a very quiet reel. Very quiet, very smooth, and very tight. That's how I would describe it at the end of the video. Very quiet, very smooth, and very tight. So, you know, it's kind of funny because I have so many Daiwas and Shimanos, and yet when it comes to value, okay, what would I buy at particular price point? My two best values in my entire 50 reel arsenal are Bass Pro Shop reels. For catfishing, I love the Bass Pro Shop Cat Max at 70 bucks, okay? This one also at 70 bucks, Bass Pro Shop Unbeatable. You know, Daiwas and Shimanos are at the end of the day better, but you pay double, triple, quadruple prices for very small improvements. So this is why these reels are so amazing in terms of value, not in terms of the best quality that you can find. Just at these price points, it's impossible to displace them with a Daiwa or Shimano. So that's all I have for today. If you like my video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give me one of these guys.